This one's from Alex. He's 17 years old, and I already feel like I've wasted what are supposed to be the best years of my life. I don't have many friends, I've never been to a party, and I've never been in a relationship. Most weekends I stay in my room watching videos or scrolling while everyone else seems to be out living. At school I talk to people, but I don't feel like I belong anywhere. I'm not bullied, but I'm also not included. I feel invisible in a way that's hard to explain. Teachers say I'm doing well and my parents say I have my whole life ahead of me, but that doesn't help when every day feels the same. What scares me is the thought that this is how it starts, that I'll blink and be older, still feeling behind, still wondering when my life is meant to actually begin. I don't want to look back and I realised I never did anything because I was too scared or awkward to try. My question is, how do you stop feeling like your life is already passing you by when you haven't even started yet? Obviously, everyone's going to tell you this advice, but you are young. You're that young, you don't even know it. You don't even know that you're not meant to have that feeling that you've got it, that you know what you're doing, that everything's fitting in place and you're being perfect. Because I was the same, I had this pressure that I had to be someone and do something and be right with whatever I pick. I've only got a limited amount of time. I've got to get rich while I'm young. I've got to love what I do when I'm young. I've got to have a girlfriend. I've got to have it all sorted. I've got to have a house by the time I'm bloody 18. You know what I mean? These are the thoughts. This is the pressure I was putting on myself to have it all figured out. But the thing with being 17 and why people are going to tell you you're young is because you've not even stepped into the real world yet. It's what my dad used to tell me all the time and says all the time. At that age, you've not stepped into the real world. And when you get told that, you think, yeah, right, shut up, you don't know what you're on about. But it's so true. It's so true because school is not the same as real life. Now, most people go to uni, and obviously I didn't have that experience personally. But I see it as you haven't stepped into the real world yet. And high school and college, you're not there. You're not experiencing what the rest of your life's gonna be like. And that's the feeling I used to have when I was 17. I used to think, I have no idea what I want to do. I remember being in college and we're all figuring out what's the next step, what career we want to do. Do we want to go to uni? Do we want to get a job, an apprenticeship, whatever? And I'm sat here thinking, I've got to pick one of those decisions, but I have no idea what I want to do. How am I meant to pick that decision? And knowing what I know now, you've got to work backwards. You've got to find out what you don't want to do. And it's a process of elimination in a sense. Find something that isn't this. Give it a go. Quit. Try something else. If you know it's not for you. And that goes with any task at any age. When you're trying to get something done, you've just got to give it a go. You've just got to keep trying. You don't have faith in yourself that you're gonna attain anything because you're young. And that's what it means when people say, oh, you're young, relax, you got your whole life ahead of you. It's a sense that you haven't done enough yet, purely because of time. You haven't had the opportunity to do something for long enough. That means you learn and means you figure stuff out. And when you're young, you don't have a perspective of time. You don't have a perspective of how long something should take. And this is the frame you got to think of. If it's valuable, it's gonna take... If it's something that you want, it's something that's valuable. which means it's going to take effort and it's going to take a lot of time. Otherwise, you wouldn't want it because you'd have it so soon. And that's what you got to keep in mind to release the pressure. And something I tell myself at 17, tell myself to experience as much as you can. And that goes for the rest of your life. Don't put off something because you're scared, because you don't know how it's going to go. Just experience as much as you can. And part of that is failure. Part of that is embarrassment, is quitting, is not even starting. But just experience it all.